The hullabaloo. Hey, what's up? Oh, it contains caffeine. Oh, no. Oh, man. It is the news. What's up, Jay? What's up, Jay? What's up, SLD? Don't forget to subscribe to Jay Arbuckle as well. What's up, Proud Boy? What's up, everybody? How you doing there, kids? If you want to call it that. What's up, John Cherokee? What's up, America? Word shit. Well, how's everybody feeling? How's everybody digging? What's up, Too Righteous? How's everybody digging the new FYP over on Fuck Talk? How's everybody doing? It is cold as shit. Gonna tell you that still telling TikTok to give me my account back. They have not responded to anybody about anything. Real Russiaville. People are really kind of, yeah, me too, Jay. People are really kind of upset at TikTok. The numbers so far shows that deletions of the TikTok app are up 150%. Yeah, I only had a couple of videos uploaded. They're getting views, but I had to actually contact them and tell them this was happening. So, oh, damn, Too Righteous. So, TikTok is effectively falling apart. Deletions of the app are up 150% in approximately 2 days. Obviously, a lot of people deleting it and then some reinstalls. Oh, you're still getting hit with snow. Shit, we're done, man. We have hell here. What's up, North Carolina? And so that's what's been going on with TikTok. They won't respond to me. Any money that we were making, nothing has updated since the 23rd. So I don't even know what the fuck's going on. If people are being paid, if they're just putting out there. Hell yeah, Tracy. So obviously we've switched our live streams over to YouTube because TikTok cannot be trusted. What's up, Bird? And I think we all have seen hundreds and thousands of people kicked off of live streams, had their accounts banned. Almost 1 billion accounts, actually 1.4 billion accounts have been, what's up, Steph? About 1.4 billion accounts, including fake accounts, have been removed from TikTok in about a year and a half. Yeah, so it is a real shit show over there. Whatever they were trying to do, that wasn't it. So I encourage everybody to leave TikTok and come here, unless TikTok wants to suddenly give me my account back. Otherwise, yeah, they've deleted it like 1/7 of the world. And if you want to see how bad it is over there, look up the TikTok Transparency Report. The TikTok Transparency Report. Everybody is pissed off at TikTok about their rollout of the new app. But beforehand, it was even worse. 1.4 billion accounts removed. I think it was almost 500 million live streams that had been banned. I've got the figures. You can just look it up. TikTok Transparency Report. It is sickening. They basically, before this merger, whatever it was you want to call it, basically TikTok spent about 2/3 of its time banning people. And so when I say TikTok was a ban factory, I am absolutely 100% true. So real quick, the news, I will get into the news. I just want to see these numbers because it's a new quarter and they should have updated the numbers. And the TikTok Transparency Report is sickening. Yeah, it is basically a new QVC. And so, Legacy who? Oh, what's up, Legacy? Yeah, what's up, Aquatics? All right, so get this. Live suspensions on TikTok, approximately 3% of all live streams were removed. Now, when it comes to videos removed, this quarter, 204 million videos were removed. What's up, Nana? With another 186 automated removes. Accounts removed. Last quarter, we had 118 million accounts removed from July to September, 22 million accounts under 13 removed, and 3 million accounts. So since it's looking like October of 2023, we've had 1.5 billion accounts removed since October of 2023. What's up, BB? So think about that. 1.5 billion suspended accounts since 2023. Your live stream accounts are 32 million banned with 2 million restored. 3 million demonetized and 2 million creators. So that's looking since 2023. You've had 9, 20, 30, 40, 52, 65, 85, 1100, about 150 million live streams banned by TikTok since 2023, or approximately 3% of all live streams. Thank you, my friend. Just look up the TikTok transparency report. These dumbasses brag about it. So last quarter, or April to June, 1.3 billion comments were removed. This last quarter, 459 million. You've had an average of about 1 billion comments removed every month. Out of all the videos that were removed, 99.3%, this is the St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York. Out of all videos that were removed, 99.3% were kept removed. Of the live streams, 94% were kept banned. Approximately 30% of integrity and authenticity was election. 32% banned for misinformation. So that's, then you have another 30% for regulated goods, sensitive material, blah, 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 blah. The highest amount of videos removed in the world was in America. Approximately 96% that were removed were never restored. And ad removal, they've removed 8 million ads. So basically, TikTok is a ban factory and a scam factory. Big, oh yeah, here. This joint right here. Yeah, there you go. So TikTok. Huh? For some reason. Oh, yeah. So TikTok is effectively a ban factory. Don't go there. 1.5 billion channels removed in a year and a half, give or take. Almost 2 billion videos and live streams removed. Almost 7 billion comments removed since 2023. That is sickening. That is sickening. There's nothing free about that. As a matter of fact, given a long enough timeline, a majority of content is removed off TikTok. And I've had 9 accounts. I'm not going to go back with politics. But when you have an app, and this is what I want to warn YouTube about, is you have a platform that relies on people. Now, I know you want everything to be AI. I don't want, this is the St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York City. I don't want everything to be AI, because what these advertisers and social media platforms want is they want your image to make videos and AI scams to watch the AI videos. So There'll be an AI live stream and AI watching the AI live stream as AI money is sent to the AI streamer. And if you don't believe that, TikTok has a problem with AI TikTok shop live streams where you'll see a half-naked girl selling dick measuring pills for $60 a pop. The girl's AI, the image of the pill is AI, her talking is AI, and guess what? Over in China and Vietnam, AI is watching it, and AI is purchasing from the AI. So the dead internet theory is 100% real. And I implore you to go on X and look up AI watching AI. And that's what TikTok is. As a matter of fact, any of you go on TikTok and you see the guys fishing? See the guys fishing from their bass boat? And they're sitting there on their boat with a couple of guys and they're fishing? Those are fake. Those are AI. So it's AI generated videos, long form videos that they're making AI with paid AI services that are 20 and 30 minutes long. And then they put a camera like this and film the fishing on TikTok live. What's up, America? How you doing? And so an AI bot, a bot farm is watching the live streams that they fake. So if you want to know how they make money, that's how they make money. And so at this point, all internet, regardless if it's here, TikTok, whatever it is going towards an AI model. Is White Rabbit still White Rabbit? He's still White Rabbit, at least one of his accounts. But the AI model will permeate here, TikTok, X, every platform. And the logic is to not pay anybody and to use the person's likeness. So if you remember when TikTok did their terms of service update, the terms of service update say that they can make videos with your likeness and not pay you for it and not have to tell you. So what they'll do is they'll just take my likeness, make an AI video out or AI live stream of me selling boner pills. And they'll just have that on there. And then the advertisers pay money to promote that. And then the AI bot farms that TikTok allows to go watch the content. And it's just because it doesn't matter what if it's good or bad. The content doesn't matter anymore. No one gives a shit about the content. That's irrelevant. What they say is, how long will you watch the content? How long will it register that something is viewing it? That's all they care about. And when you approach an advertiser, what's up, Dave? And you say, oh, well, our watch engagement is up 30% this year. The advertisers don't say, oh, how is that? Who is that? They already know the big players like Mr. Beast and shit like that. What the advertisers do is say, oh, yeah, they own your videos. Yeah. And so the advertisers say, well, you're up 30% year over year. So we'll just pour more money into your shitty platform. And the board members and the CEOs and the higher ups split that. You don't have to pay creators because you made content. It's irrelevant if you continue to make content. It's irrelevant if you continue to make content. Because if your likeness is already in the public sphere, and most of us are, then they'll just snatch your shit, make content, and not pay you. Irrelevant. So I had a person that works for InfoWars tell me that whoever makes a platform that bans AI will be the platform that wins. Whichever platform says no to AI, says we're not doing this AI bullshit, slop garbage, right? That's going to be the main platform that wins. And who will that be? It doesn't exist yet. Every platform is dry humping AI. TikTok is, YouTube is. Neil Mohan was on the cover of New York Times saying that AI is the future here. So they're removing AI content that's low quality while promoting AI but only in certain fashions, which is really fucking like, I don't even like swinging one way or the other. It's like it's the same mouth. It's talking this. TikTok is just stealing shit and not wanting to pay you. X is promoting AI shit. Elon Musk, he has to go to court coming up, or at least they want to, talking about why was there nudity. You can put in a picture of tits and it'll show it on somebody, and that's gone now, but they were doing that. So then when you mix that with jobs losing out to AI, everything is going to be destroyed because of AI. It's going to fucking ruin everything. However, they're not going to offer anything that fixes this. So there's not going to be food stamps or a social safety network or housing or any type of upward mobility. They're just going to leave you high and dry. That's it. So you keep thinking to yourself, well, they'll usher in universal basic income. They'll do something. No, they won't. They won't do any of that. Who out there is saying that the government is going to give you universal basic income? What's up, Marine? Who out there is telling you that universal basic income's going to be a thing? Well, AI is going to take our jobs. Certainly. No, that's your logic. Your logic is that if AI takes all your jobs, that the government will step in with a social safety network. That's made up horse shit. The government's not going to step in with a social safety network. They're not going to step in to bail you out. Your poverty is irrelevant. And they'll just tell you to work harder. And you say, I'm working 90 hours a week. They'll tell you to work even more. They don't give a fuck about you. They hate you. It's better if you die to them. Oh, yes, they can. And is it Jen? I'll just call you Jen. Go look up on X, worker robot. And good luck. They got drywall robots. They've got framer robots. They've got robots that lay floors. They've got robots that weld together rebar at the job site. They've got nail gun robots. They've got fucking every cocksucker robot you can think of. They've got electric line robots. They've got tree trimming robots. They've got fucking a partridge in a pear tree. They've got boo-foo robots. They've got robot girls you can fuck coming up. You're not even going to be able to have prostitution because they're going to outsource it to robots. The world's oldest occupation, a robot. See, exactly. And you say, well, why do you want to do this? Because they don't want to pay you. Ultimate profit. They're dry humping their own money they created. In essence, this is the equivalent of a fat bitch cutting off her own fat and then selling her fat ass back to herself as a hamburger, right? And if you ever see the movie Fight Club, where the guys go out and they rob the dumpster of a liposuction a plant, right? So they go and they steal the fat from a liposuction biohazard bin. Then they make soap out of the fat of fat bitches and they sell them back to them. They don't even want you involved. They don't want you as a worker. They don't care about your tax money. It doesn't mean anything. They want you to live a finite amount of years that can be controlled. Hell yeah, it's a great movie. They want you to live a finite amount of years, no older than 80 if possible, drugging you up on SSRIs, giving you poisonous food and fluoridated water that eventually give you weird fucking illnesses that they control the medicines and the fucking supply chain to give it back to you so you can cure yourself. And then on top of that, they control the media to sell you those drugs and foods that make you sick. And you just look at it right now and you say colon cancer among the younger people. Take it easy, Anthony. The colon cancer among people is up through the roof. Well, that's no coincidence. And then they're going to sell your ass as the cure for it. And they don't want you to own shit. There's already a plan for this. What's up, Meep? And the plan states that you will own nothing and like it. It's not a deviation from Project 2030 or whatever it is. Just the timeline is only in your mind. They don't care about a timeline. Trump is just a hiccup in the plan. Once he's gone, we're going to get right back on it. And what is that? Removal of fossil fuels. Green everything, regardless if it has any power behind it. Broken dreams. Cars for $200,000 that'll go 600 miles and you have to wait 12 hours for a charge. Not flying, not traveling, no pollution, regardless if it fixes the world or not. And my whole thing is, what if I want the planet warmer? What if I don't subscribe to your cooling the planet thing? I don't want the planet colder. It's going to be 30 in Florida coming up here. That's a rarity. I don't want... What's up? How you doing, Gary? Thank you, my friend. I don't want the planet colder. I'm buying a lamb. You know shit, man. What I want is the planet warmer, in my opinion. I want more. What's up, Cali Gal? I want more carbon in the atmosphere. I want more tropical areas. I want more rain. I want more disastrous hurricanes and shit. Because I know that's part of it. I don't want to block out the sun. Who said it was a good idea for it? Well, the world keeps going strong. You know, the world keeps heating up. So the fuck what? So the fuck what? Why is this a bad thing? It's colder than shit here. I mean, like I've said before, are all the wealthy billionaires addicted to wearing a jacket everywhere they go? Well, I need to put on a jacket. It's a little chilly. Because that's how they would be. And it's like, I don't want to wear a jacket everywhere I go, you fuck face. I want it to be warmer. I want it to be 105 degrees in Indiana. And I want it to be 46 in the winter. Where it's not fucking... Well, you'll have extreme climate shifts. I know. Quit doing what you're doing. I want Florida to be wetter. I want the sea levels to rise. I don't see how this is a problem. Well, the sea levels might rise. Who fucking cares? I don't give a shit if the sea levels rise. Don't care at all. Could care less. Maybe it'll be a good thing if they do. Maybe it'll be a good thing if they do. Maybe the fish will move to where it's, you know, they're smart. How dare you think we have that hard of an effect? And they'll just migrate. And we can do stuff to fix bees and butterflies. We're humans. We're not living in a vacuum. We could breed billions of them. Same with butterflies. All we have to do is a little ingenuity. If you have people that want to block out the sun, we can sure as fuck create bees. But we're not doing it because we're selling ourselves short. Because everybody wants money that we created ourselves. How stupid are we? We literally fathom the money from nothingness. We fathom the money from nothingness. We can breed bees. We can breed flowers. We can breed animals. But we literally say we osmose currency out of nothing. And the elites in charge are clamoring for the money they created. How stupid is everybody? You want to talk about inbreeding? That's it. I want the world warmer. I don't care if the cities are partially underwater. Build in a different direction. Do better. More carbon, more water, more rain. A dry planet is not a good planet. Look at Mars. That doesn't sound fun. I want a wetter planet. I want wetter. And if you want wetter planets, you need to find a way to somehow get the goddamn water from the oceans to evaporate more into the atmosphere and stick to particles. The way that looks to me is raising the temperature and increasing the carbon in the atmosphere. I mean, isn't that how raindrops are formed? You have either pieces of dust or carbon in the atmosphere that the water droplets, the vapor sticks to. And when it gets heavy enough, they fall. Isn't that how rain is formed? Let's go back to third grade. Isn't that how the water cycle is? You see the big ocean and you see the evaporation lines, and then it makes clouds and they stick to little particles and they go from there and they, desalinize. That'll work. And then they go on the land and then they hit mountain ranges, and that temperature change forces the water to squeeze out in the form of rain, like in Washington State, and one side's green as fuck and the other side is dry as fuck. That's why Washington State, the west side of it, is a tropical HOA rainforest, and the other side heading out towards Spokane is a high desert. There's a reason for that. Because as the clouds go up, it squeezes the fucking rain out. Well, let's get the carbon out of the atmosphere. All right, what's the water vapor going to stick to, fuckface? What's the water vapor going to stick to if you don't have carbon? Well, dust, okay, well, you'll have plenty of that with the desert you're creating. But if it's too fucking decarbonated, won't it not stick particles? So the way I look at it is volcanic ash, when volcanoes go off, seem to lower the temperature naturally and increase the amount of fucking water vapor that's collected as rainfall. Generally, when Mount Pinatubo or something goes off, the ash spreads around the world, the temperature of the earth is lowered significantly, upwards of a degree or more, right? And then when that happens with all the ash in other places, it rains more significantly, correct? Because the world runs on like a paradox effect, where if you do one thing here, it does something different in another place. So if you lower the carbon, it's going to have some effect that you don't actually know. And so if you raise the amount, it might do the opposite. Or if you fuck with the weather over here, it'll do something different over here. I mean, obviously. No, I mean, I went to college. I have an IQ probably higher than you. So that being said, it's like, how are we going to do this? How are we going to make sure that we're not having governments, how do I put this, block out the sun like the English were talking about? What if I don't want to do that? What if I don't subscribe to that? And it's not like I'm some dumbass flat earther. I don't believe in that dumbass shit. But I believe that possibly, exactly, Cali Gal, I believe that possibly maybe some of you are too obsessed with removal of carbon and not so much with cleaning up the water or the land. Like you believe that just removing carbon is the answer. It's the cure-all. And I don't believe that's the case. I believe a lot of you that are short-sighted or whatever it is with it, it's not even that you're not intelligent. Some of you are PhDs. But you just have this, we need to get all the carbon out. It's like, I don't believe that's a good idea for the atmosphere. I believe if you remove too much carbon, you will have a negative effect on the world. There will be something problematic, and I don't know exactly what that is. I've looked at AIs and I've asked them to run models on what happens. Most of them say the same thing, is that it will cause a drying effect that will eventually, if it goes too far, lead to a perpetual cooling on the planet that may not be able to be stopped. That's what I've seen on AI. I haven't made those conclusions. AI made the conclusions. ChatGPT, Grok, and a couple others made those similar conclusions. Now, maybe all of those models are wrong. Maybe if you remove all the carbon, but I just can't see this being a good thing. It seems like it might be strangulizing the effectiveness of tree survival. Because don't trees breathe carbon dioxide? Isn't that a scientific fact? That trees breathe carbon dioxide and they exhale oxygen, and the atmosphere is what, 71, or is it 78%? 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and the rest is a conglomeration of other chemicals like argon and neon and shit like that. And so that being the case, that it's like that, it seems to be that it would be very difficult to change that percentage given what you have. But if you plant a lot of trees and they can't absorb carbon because it doesn't exist, then they won't be able to osmose oxygen from the process, correct? And if you dim the sun, then you won't have the photosynthetic ability of the plants to breathe properly. In essence, it would either retard or stunt, giggity, it would either retard or stunt the growth, possibly making trees smaller or not existent, drying out, in my opinion, what it would look like in the world. Now, this has never been done, so I don't know. But just maybe your billionaire overlords are retarded, and this is not good. Like Bill Gates is lecturing us on viruses. What if I don't want to listen to him? Like, I don't believe Bill Gates is a scholar on virology. He's a charlatan. So I don't want to listen to that pile of shit when it comes to his odd hand movements talking about vaccines and the climate. I mean, this is a guy that's basically saying, well, I'm Bill Gates, so I'm a scientist with virology and immunology. Oh, and also the climate. Those are three very specialized sciences. There's no way in 12 lifetimes you have the intelligence to know about immunology, virology, climatology, earth science. Those are major fields that someone would spend a lifetime getting, 16 years getting a PhD in each of those. And this fuckface claims to be an expert. Why? Because you're rich? First of all, Bill Gates, I don't believe you with virology. I don't believe what you're telling me. I think you're fucking lying. Second of all, when it comes to climatology, I don't believe what Bill Gates is saying. I don't think he has the intelligence. I believe he's trying to be a jack of all trades with a great deal of knowledge that even tenured professors of the fields don't have. Yet this fuckface comes out and tells us this is how we should do things. Same with the IMF or the WEF, the World Economic Forum. You're a financial arm. So what the fuck do you know about energy resources? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck do you know about that? You have no idea the sciences. You only know how to make money off the sciences and direct the flow of cash. You might be directing it to your own death. You don't know that. Thank you, Nana. And the people that are too proud to admit that they might be wrong are the ones that are destroying the world. The ones that are saying, no, just keep getting the carbon out. Just keep going. We'll tell you when to stop. Those are the ones that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And anybody that's in a scientific field, I have a degree in anthropology. That's St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York City. I went to grad school for nonprofit management. I went to undergraduate for anthropology. I went to archaeological field school at the University of Queensland for a forensic archaeology background. I have a minor in religion. This is my field. So I'm asking questions about the other field, but you notice how I'm not saying we need to take all the carbon out. I'm not nailing that point down because I'm not a scientist in that field. I am not an expert, nor do I claim to be a PhD level expert in virology or climatology. Bill Gates doesn't even have a degree from an accredited university that wasn't an honorary degree, right? So Bill Gates is a college dropout. So Zuckerberg, these people are college dropouts, yet you're hanging your hat on their belief system. Everybody needs to get vaccinated because Bill Gates told, and Soros, and yeah, they had Fauci behind it. Or everybody needs to, not pollute as much carbon because it'll fix the environment, says a college dropout. Or maybe we need to do this and stay this far apart and trust the science. Or what's the one guy's name? Bill Nye the Science Guy. You have a bachelor's degree in earth science, if I recall. You don't have a PhD. You're not an accredited. What's up, America? What's up, Katie Woods? So Bill Nye the Science Guy, I have more education than him. Dr. Fauci beats me in virology, but I consider him a pay-to-play. I have more education than Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg or a handful of other fuck faces that are trying to lead your lives right now. And I don't understand why you put such trust and faith in people that are practically retarded. Like, there's something wrong with Bill Gates. There's something wrong with him. His movements are not, they're not normal, and it's not a mental illness. There's something, well, maybe it is, I don't know, but there's something wrong with the guy. The platforms that they promote are very extreme and violent when it comes to the world of scientific discovery. It's not the it's very flailing kind of movements for the entire world. Like, it's getting warm. Well, let's just block out the sun. That's the move of a dumb fuck. Like, only a dumb fuck would act like that. Saying we're going to make such large, huge scale moves to do something for the climate. You have no idea the ramifications of what you could possibly be doing. You don't know that what you might do might turn off the jet stream or might turn off the fucking the Gulf Stream. It might fucking cripple the Gulf Stream. You might change the jet stream trajectory irrevocably. You might have a jet stream that changes from Canada down to Central Africa. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You have no fucking clue what you're doing. And so let's say, well, I'm going to pull the carbon out of the atmosphere. Okay, well, what happens if middle America turns into a dust bowl because of your idiocy? Because you didn't have foresight to say maybe 5 generations from now, we're turning ourselves into the Book of Eli world, right? You don't know what the fuck we're doing here. Because we're at the present time, I know, it's reactionary horseshit. Basic science is not reactionary unless it's to like curing diseases. This is what the problem was with Operation Warp Speed. It was reactionary. You put out something, you don't know the ramifications of what you developed. Right? There's actually a show coming out. I can't remember the name of it. It's got, who is that? Oh, I can't remember. But they develop a shot that makes you hot. You've seen that show? But they don't know the side effects when they're giving it to people. And they become fucking like lunatics and kill people. But they look hot. The topic is just all over the place. Right now, it's loose climate speculation. Coming up, I'll do the news of the do. Is it called Beauty? I don't know. I want to see that show. But it's like, this is kind of what I'm looking at here. It's like it takes 15 years to develop a vaccine. It's called Beauty. and to iron out what it's going to do in clinical trials. You didn't have AI before this working on it, so what the fuck were you doing out there with like, you didn't have 100,000 bioengineers working on this. And it's the same with the climate change. It's like, you remember Mr. Burns, like in The Simpsons, where he wanted to block out the sun with just a big disc, but he had a lot of money, so he had the capabilities of doing it. This is kind of what this reminds me of. It's just like, well, what are you going to do? Well, we're just going to spray it until it blocks the particles out. It's like, okay, what will that do to the trees? Well, I don't know, but it won't be as hot. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude. Do you understand? Like, well, if it kills everyone, we'll just plant more of it. It's like, there might not be anything to plant, stupid. You might have ruined all of it by taking too much carbon out. Well, we'll just put more in. Well, okay, what are the ramifications of that? Let's say you take too much carbon out. Then what are we going to do? Dr. Evil and set off a volcano? Okay, well, what are the ramifications of that? Let's say you take too much out. So you make Krakatoa go off. Okay, well, let's say you do it too big. And now there's way too much. Well, what the fuck then? Right? What if we need just a little more and you triple what you're supposed? Well, we'll just remove it more. Well, it sounds like you're in a death spiral, dipshit. Maybe just let it go. Stop doing what you're doing and just wait for the next volcano to go off and let Mother Nature just iron it out. Right? You think double the factories are really going to ruin the world? Bro, we've been a snowball. We've been a tropical rainforest all the way down to Antarctica. We've been a desert. We've been a ball of molten lava. We've been water. All of it. At one point or another, all of those scenarios have existed throughout the planet. At first, we were a big, sticky, hot ball of magma forming from a planetary nebula and a bunch of other hot, molten rocks that somehow came in. Then we developed a thin atmosphere. At one point, any living creature was breathing in residuals of helium gas and fucking hydrogen gas. How the fuck did that work? I don't know, but it did. Boiling oceans. Then it was a water ball. Then let there be plants. And then Earth, some type of organic matter, created plants and life. And for billions of years, or a billion years, we were a goddamn tropical rainforest with fucking remnants of fucking dinosaurs being discovered down in Argentina and Chile. That you think they fucking, oh, it must have been hot down or cold down there. No, it was 84 degrees down there. There was so much water vapor, you thought it was a fucking career. That's what the dinosaurs lived in, until a big comet or asteroid blasted all of it and irradiated it, vaporized 80% of it, where nothing bigger than a mouse existed, and 97%. And it wasn't even that wasn't even the big one. There was an event even before that of mass extinction that dwarfed the dinosaur one. Just nobody talks about it. 99.9% of all life down to microbial were all evaporated. And somehow we came back from that. And then dinosaur hit, we came back from that. And you've got the unmitigated gall and cocksuckery to come out here and tell me that your factories emitting some hydrogen sulfide are you fucked up? Thank you, Liquid. Absolutely not. It doesn't matter how much fucking hydrogen cyanide you put in the atmosphere. Yes, the living organisms will die a little earlier. Oh, too bad. What a surprise. But it's a drop in the bucket. Why don't archaeologists work for the police department? They're called forensic anthropologists at that point. They actually do. But in most cases, you can't just get an archaeology degree. Not in most senses of the word anymore, because they got rid of that after the 60s for some reason. So now everything is anthropology. And so, like, I have a degree in cultural anthropology with a minor focus in religion. The people we're looking for are site or survey archaeologists. They would have what I have, but they would have a touch of, because I went to Australia for forensic archaeology. So I worked with dead bodies and dead things. So like we did an archaeological dig in Brisbane, and they found the multiple human remains, not most of them intact. No skulls were discovered. The remains of 3 patellas from the same side, the left kneecap, were discovered, indicating that that obviously came from 3 people. Although not all the parts were found, indicating that, and there were marks on the bones like they were hacked and chopped. Now, these grave sites, if you want to call them that, were 40,000 years old, indicating that they were chopping the people up, and our best bet was cooking and eating them. But I digress. That's a fun thing there. Nevertheless, there's a lot to be discovered in this world, but I don't believe that they're doing the right thing. I believe that there is a big, big old mess coming up here. So let me ask everybody a question as we get on. Work for the police departments can't solve murders from yesterday. Well, that's because the speculatory nature. The archaeologists are speculatory when it comes to how a person lived, basically. But when it comes to a murder scene, there's certain things like how a person dies. Like when I was in Australia and I was learning about this, like if a person ever gets murdered, you don't want to throw them in a bog or water. You'd think that they would decompose faster in water, but they don't. They actually decompose the fastest, just a regular burial with lye over the body to aid in the decomposition. If you put it in water, it actually decomposes slightly slower. And if you put them in a bog, you'll mummify them and leave them there forever, and you'll always get caught. And if you put them in an arid location, they could also dry and mummify. You need a semi-wet, yeah, the bog bodies, exactly. When somebody dies, the best location is a semi-wet, but not wet, a moist soil that's a mix of clay and potentially topsoil, and that can be oxygenated. Lye works best, exactly. And you want the soil to have the ability to have like aeration or oxygenation. Well, what's that? That's just regular soil. Like regular grass where we're at in like Ohio or whatever the fuck. Because that allows oxygenization. It oxidizes you, breaks you down. Oxygen breaks you down. You rot from oxygen. And other types of things just being eaten by your own bodily fluids, the funguses and animals that come, you liquefy. That's part of it. Now you become more disgusting if you're buried in water. So like if you're in water, you'll be a bloated fucking mess, and it's fucking disgusting. Or any of the other ones, it's less disgusting being buried just a normal way. But that's what we're doing with. That's what it is here. Clay is best. Yeah, clay is very nice. We are made of clay anyway. But yes, so I want to ask you guys a question. Sorry about the archaeological thing, but there's certain things, like when people are strangled to death, this thing right here breaks inward, right? So like if somebody gets strangled in a murder, 9 times out of 10, this part is crushed in from the strangulation because people are fucking angry or whatever. Stab wounds look a certain way. Gunshots go in it. Yeah. Oh, I'm talking about forensic anthropology. Hell yeah, Steph. And so there's certain things that way, like if a neck is broken, a fall, bruising. Like bruising takes several days. So if you get injured, you can see it grow, and it comes in a certain way on how a bruise forms, and you can tell if it's deeper, if it's barely a bruise, if it's a strike bruise, if it's a depression bruise with a thumb or fingers. You can tell by looking at it, by the veracity, how it was done. You can tell if it was squeezed or if it was poked, because a poke is fast and choppy. A squeeze does different things. And you can tell by the way the coloration of the bruises are, whether it's red, whether it's blue, whether if you can tell if somebody's been choked, slammed, vigorously fucked, this type of thing, by looking at those things. Because there's certain behaviors and certain pinching maneuvers and stuff like that that act in certain behaviors. They teach you this in college, by the way. So this is how you look at it. It's how I know, like, You can see like a soft bruise versus a deep bruise, and you can tell just by looking if it was, or depending on when it comes up. Thank you, my friend. How many days have passed? You can tell if it was a depression, a poke, a squeeze, a fucking anyway. And these things, if you see a dead body and you say, well, there's like bruising here, choke marks, couple of stabs. Yes, that's St. Patrick's Cathedral. You can tell on the person's body how they, unless they were decomposed, and then you look at like bone and ligament structure if it exists to see if there's injury compared to an animal post-mortem. The animal bites, they're like, if it's a stab wound, it's generally very clean. If it's a bullet hole, it depresses a certain way. If somebody's just bludgeoned, it'll crush. If it's an animal mark, it'll generally have chewing on the bone structure or the wound. So it'll look like, or unless the person's just a psycho and is like chewing on the human body, which that does happen from time to time. So like if you have a psycho out there that chews on his victim, you can see that, but then the teeth, the human teeth are different than the animal teeth. So like a dog's canines or a dog's teeth will crush harder. It'll leave marks that are more beastly. You can kind of tell. But the human will have like, you can tell a difference. On the flesh, you can even do depression marks. Like if I go like this and I bite my fucking hand, you can see depressions in my fingers that I just made from my bite marks. And so I can take my bite marks and I can line this up. See the bite marks I just put right there in my flesh? Those are from my molars. And so I can take my mouth and I can line that up and be like, that's this asshole's mouth. Because every mouth that's unique, even crowns. So even if you get a crown, the dental records will show it. They'll match it up. Hey, that's this asshole's crown. It's just like a fingerprint. And it's the same with animal bites. But animal bites are more raw. They're like ground. They're like a dog would chew at it. Anyway, there's a lot of different behaviors. It's always fun to get into that shit. What differs pet from pre to? I'm guessing. I'm wondering. Oh, pre to post mortem. Pre more like. A lot of bruising and trauma to the end. If I shoot a person or stab them after they're dead, it won't bleed a certain way. Or if the person's been dead for like 12 hours and then I stab them right here, they won't bleed out because there's no pumping it'll just kind of go in and pull out. And there might be some blood spray from deep down, but there won't be any like coming out, pooling, because the person's just dead. And so there's no pumping. So if the person dies and you cut their jugular, which is like the most bloody spot in the world, 6 hours after they're dead, they're not going to bleed out really. Right? They'll just like kind of depress and go in because the blood is settled. Literally, when you die, the blood settles to the back or whichever way you're facing. So if you're facing down like this, the blood will settle to the lower parts of your body. If you're on your face, like have you ever seen on a fucking like war video, the guy gets killed and then they flip the body over in real life and his face is like red as fuck because all the blood is settled in this half of his body facing down. And so if it's on the back, it's facing the other way. So that's how it works. Anyway, let me get into the news. Sorry to get into the archaeological. Yeah, but once the flesh is gone, then it's up in the air. You can tell, like if you see a skull, like if you unearth an archaeological site and you see a skull that's got like a big triangular hole in it, right? Right there, you can bet the guy was probably like hit with an axe. Or if it's like there was a king or a prince that they just excavated. What's up, Ruthie? Probably like 2 or 3 months ago, and he was killed with an axe. And right here, he had just a straight, like a cut, like this wide, right through this. So somebody came up and literally, like fucking, and then another one right here. So they hit the dude twice with an axe. So the dude's probably sitting there, in a bath or having a meal, and somebody with a fucking, some type of beastly fucking axe just mushes the fucking dude. But you're not going to get any trauma on the flesh because it's all gone. So you just see like a half moon in his head and then a triangle right here. And you're like, they hated that motherfucker. Whoever that, goddamn, you must have fucked his wife or something because he fucked you up. Gladiator, oh, dude, that's a good one to that. Oh, man. The old head crushers, man. Anyway, so let's get to the news. Sorry about that. Sorry about the esoteric horse shit for an hour. How do I put this? What are your Democrats? I already know you hate Trump, so you can put that in the comments if you want. Republicans, a lot of news sources are saying that Trump is betraying people by de-escalating Minnesota. Now, liberals will never give Trump the time of day, even if he does what they want. But Trump is finding himself more isolated because of the back outing of Minnesota with ICE. So what's your call on that? Do we have any more weed? I mean, ready? Weed? Oh, better get to it. Better get to it. So the reason I ask that is when Trump was elected. I know, because we've just because so many didn't work. Half full and shit. Really? Oh, fuck. Damn weed store. Can I buy a couple of Lucy's over there, hot stuff?
Almost after 13.
Jesus, okay. Well, let's get into that. Anyway, the dude's joke, trader, my guy, bag and tag, reverse engineer, The Sopranos. Okay, so basically, I don't know. Donald Trump, about Trump, I think. When Trump was elected, it was about a 60-40. And I'm talking election night. When he was elected, Trump was about 60-40. About a week after, he was 50-50. I don't frankly think he wants to do it anymore. I mean, any person at this point, what's up, America? At this point, any president, after dealing with this nonsense, eventually ducks out. What's up, Rob from Pittsburgh? Hell yeah, I'm from Naptown. So, you got to understand that there is a critical threshold of a point when you can no longer fix the country. Am I right? I'm neither. You can't fix it. We have to have an evolved government system. Nobody on TikTok could understand that when I talk to them. So hopefully people here on YouTube can. Breaking news. Ilhan Omar attacked by a liquid spraying maniac. What? Ilhan Omar attacked by liquid spraying maniac after calling for Neom to resign during a Minnesota town hall. No shit. Wow.
What kind of liquid?
I bet it's piss.
You think so?
I bet it's piss or a liquid feces spray. Wow, that's different. Holy shit, I didn't expect to see that. One can... Oh, and a girl by the name of... Was it Sophie Rain? Sophie Rain, the OnlyFans girl, is worth $100 million. Have fun with that tax that you're paying in Florida there. Yeah, by the way, apparently that chick's from Florida. Oh,
Surprise.
OnlyFans stars are fake. So this chick right here, Sophie Rain, has $100 million from playing with her pussy and sucking dick on camera. And then you want people to work hard. Wow. That, like, I wouldn't care how much my kids made. I wouldn't want you to do that. Okay, let's see. I got the spray. Okay, so what the fuck? He didn't spray her with a liquid. All right, so they're clapping. Oh, he did spray her in the chest. He got her in the tits with a liquid. Oh, the dude's clearly drunk. The dude is shit-faced. This is St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York. I do take all my own background pictures, by the way. So this dude is staggering. He is shit-faced. Oh, man, come on, dude. He didn't spray anything more than fucking water on her. You fucking loser. Anyway, do you think Donald Trump betrayed everybody by leaving Minneapolis with ICE, or do you think Trump is like what's your wiggle on Trump? What's your wiggle on Trump? Because a lot of people say, well, I mean, who here realistically thinks that we're going to be winning the midterm elections? Who realistically thinks that? Like, I don't care if you're Republican. I'm a social libertarian. So you're not like, if you call me Trump, this, I don't give a fuck, because I'm none of your politics, mostly. But no, Republicans are not going to win. I'm a social libertarian. Republicans are not going to be winning the midterm elections, obviously. And there's not much you're going to do about it. And every poll for the last 7 months have said that. So we can sit here and gussy up a turd all day. Now, I'm not saying Trump. What's up, America? How you doing, Vard? Now, I'm not saying Donald Trump is horrible. What I'm saying is that the nation is too far gone to repair, and it always was. There was never an ability for you to fix it since the Clintons were in charge. Well, I don't normally believe polls, but when it's every poll, even their conservative ones, that's an issue. So, here you go, honey. So, this country cannot be repaired. And the reason it cannot be repaired is two reasons, which is the backbone of the government I wanted, which is, one, there's no term limits, and two, there's lobbying allowed. Now that you have Citizens United and the Patriot Act, and now that you have the private equity with BlackRock and stuff, there's nothing you can do. You're fucked. You're over with. So you have to make fundamental changes in the entire way that everything works. Essentially, throwing out most of the baby with the bathwater. So, for instance, Bush really threw that into high gear too. So, if you want to get the country to ever work again, you have to first of all make it so people can't be in government for more than a couple of years. You're not, the career bullshit immediately brings in corruption and power because people clamor to always be there. That's terrible. Thank you, Shan. The second part of it is you have to get lobbying out because those two go hand in hand. If you have people in government for 20 years and lobbyists know they can just butter you up with gifts and then you'll always do what they say, it's a cycle. It's a vicious cycle that'll never win. So you have no term limits, meaning the same guy has been dealing with the same lobbyists for 30 years that keep jerking them off so we don't have anybody to back you. It's company lobbyists know they can buy a person and the person votes for what the company wants, and then and it's just the cycle over and over. He gets elected, the company the lobbyist works for puts money into the politician because Citizens United allows it. Then the lobbyists, who obviously always gets what they want, cycle through until the next cycles. And you guys keep voting for these dipshits. And you never stop. You keep voting for incumbents. And they keep telling you, well, it's a choice. Well, it was a choice until Citizens United came around. And then that means that billionaires can put $1 billion into a cycle, and it never stops. I am shocked how Trump's treating liberals. He's a dangerous warmonger. They're both dangerous warmongers. You got to understand, the liberals here are not the same as the liberals in Europe or Australia. I lived in Australia. I know the difference on this. And New Zealand. The liberals in Europe are not the same. The liberals here are militant. So since you're from England, I'm assuming you know what the political compass is. Most people that are English have a higher understanding of knowledge than this hemisphere. So that being the case, you know the difference between libertarian and totalitarian, right? So totalitarianism can come in the left and the right. So think of Shiism, Xi Jinping in China, and then think of nationalism or Christian nationalism or even capitalist nationalism, right? So the left wing in America is more towards almost a bordering on like a neo-Trotskyist or neo-Shiist type of thought process, where the Republican conservatives are more in a religious conservative, or not even a fascist. It's almost like an elected monarchy, if that makes sense, where it's a form of government where you basically vote in who's running and then it's hands off afterwards. So you basically say, we're going to vote for these people, and then once they're in, we don't really have a say. Now, that's at a varying level and degree. Some people would say, well, some politicians do listen to their constituency, and others just listen to what lobbyists pay them. And so there was research done on this that showed like whether 80% of the population or 10% of the population supported a topic, the politicians did the same thing, whatever the lobbyists paid them to vote. Or gifted them to vote, I guess I should say. Because direct payments are illegal, but campaign slush money to fund your career, it's just a back end. So the correct thing that we need here, and this is why the Americans initially fought the European powers, namely England to begin with, really kind of fucked over the French there. That's a whole other, anyway, was more of a libertarian type of centrist. It was an odd kind of Christian centrist libertarian, which was everybody goes to church and does this kind of Christendom sort of lifestyle, but don't tell me what to do or I'll fucking kill you type of thing, right? So you're not going to practice witchcraft and churchy and this, that, or the other. But there were other things that it was like, you're also not going to, I'm not paying you property tax. I can build my own home. There's not permits. You're not going to micromanage me, nor Orwellian bullshit. None of that existed. And so now what you have is in a highly technocratic world system, right? Thank you, my friend. I love St. Patrick's Cathedral. No, they did not arrest Don Lemon. And so now the world wants a highly technocratic, elitist system that the people are really kind of hands off with the government. Exactly. And there's this odd notion, especially among our elected officials. No, your mom rambled on this dick last night. Just want to throw that out there. Thanks, though. So that being the case, the American system has turned into corporations paying for the politicians that vote their way. And if you really want to know like a culmination of this in real time, there's a lawsuit going to the Supreme Court that Trump is supporting Bear and Monsanto that people that got cancer from pesticides can't sue. And the government, Trump, Bayer, Monsanto, is trying to is trying to say that the 14,000 people that are alleging cancer from those products can't sue Monsanto or Bayer because that would put them out of business. So Trump and the government has actually stepped in to back the government or back the companies to allow you to poison through pesticides and not have ramifications financially. Basically, you used Roundup, you got cancer. You can't sue them, pay the medical bills, cocksucker. Even though we knowingly suppressed information that would have made you not use the product. Then on top of that, they're saying that after that, if anybody finds out, science finds out later that this might be cancerous, you're not allowed to put that on a label on the product for life. Well, why would you want that? Why would you want a judge to rule that you can't put a cancer-causing warning label on something for the life of the product? Because you already know it does, and you're trying to litigate basically evil. You're basically trying to litigate evil and a judge to say, yep, that's okay, poison your consumers, and then they can't sue you. Because fuck you. You give money, suck dick. And it's like, I don't like that. And then, of course, the media is owned by the same companies. Because who has the highest stake in all these? BlackRock. BlackRock is your enemy. The corporation BlackRock has a majority stake, and I don't mean in Vanguard, in State Street. And when I say a majority stake, so you'll see, for instance, you'll see BlackRock owns 7% of Pepsi. What's up, Woodsman? Well, BlackRock only owns 7% of Pepsi. They don't have any control. They are the majority shareholder at 7%. So they have the loudest voice at Pepsi and Coke and Aquafina, or whoever, every fucking company. It doesn't matter. Pfizer, Bayer, all the pharmaceutical companies. Eli Lilly, BlackRock owns majority stakeholdership in all those companies. They own all the majority stakeholdership in every company. So if you buy this brand of barbecue sauce, you don't like it, we're going to buy the other company. BlackRock has the majority stakeholder in both companies at 6 or 7, 10, 4%, whatever. Well, why is that important? Because they don't own 51%. It doesn't matter. They're the loudest voice in the company. And if their needs are not met, the company folds. You see what I'm saying? And so if BlackRock has 7% of Pepsi, and then BlackRock and Vanguard together hold 12%, and then they don't do what they want as far as social justice, they'll pull all their stock, and then Coke drops 10%. Well, 10% is called bankruptcy. People don't understand that. Well, if we just lose, no, 10% is the rock that drops and never stops. That's why they hold majority stakeholdership, so they can leverage these companies. You don't think every company just went woke all of a sudden, do you? I mean, how retarded is everybody? No, the majority stakeholder, BlackRock and Vanguard, told all these companies, be pro-LGBT and push it. Be pro-black, anti-white, and push it. Be pro-Jewish, remove anti-Semitism, and push it. Well, why? Because we want those people's dollars. They're using you for your sexuality. They're using you for your skin color. And most people are so stupid, they bought into it. That's why every commercial, when it features a black and a white black couple, you have a little bit of that background music that's almost a rap beat. And every white person that's a couple in a commercial has a because it's a little country, right? Or a little rock and roll. That's why every Ford commercial, like, you know what I mean? But then when you're starting to sell 300s, Chrysler 300s, now you get a little bit different. They do it because they're racist as fuck. They're racist as fuck. And they do it on purpose. They use you because they know white people don't have money. Boomers have all the money, and that's it. So since the younger white people are broke as shit and they're all fucking beta cucks for the fucking manipulation on social justice, the only money they get is from the dual income, no kids, gay community, black community, because they're coming up. Black community is rising fast financially. They don't give a fuck about the Asian community because they don't care about them, and they hate white people because there's no money. It's not hatred for white people. Why? Well, we're going to make white and black people hate each other. Nobody really hates each other that much. The companies hate you because they don't have money, and they're going to show it. Oh, you think you're better than white people? Maybe you are. Buy some of our Coca-Cola. Hey, you're better than a white guy, right? Nike. Hey, white people suck, right? Adidas knows, yeah, right? Yeah. Old Cracker can't take it down, right? Why don't you buy from a BlackRock-owned company or a Vanguard-owned company? Hey, let's buy 600,000 homes, keep them off the market, and then give them to illegals. How's that sound? And then we'll push that as normal. Why will we do that? Because they aren't taxed and they have money. These other white and black people, they're getting taxed. That's money that could be ours. But these illegals, they have all the money in the world under the table. We'll take all their money too. So we'll take all the illegal aliens' money, all the gay people's money, all the black people's money. We already took all the white people's money. Fuck you, Cracker. Then guess what? When it's all over with, you're holding the bag of planned obsolescence, a bunch of shitty garbage that breaks immediately. They're not going to give you watch how fast the companies turn on you. Watch how fast the companies turn on you because of your race. If companies could sell Klan member action figures, they would. All right, let's not get it twisted. If Adidas could sell Klan action figures, they would. If Nike would Nike would change the swoosh to a hood with eyes, if it made them more money than pandering to the black and gay community, they would do it tomorrow. If the Kansas City Chiefs, the Washington Redskins, the name would come out of retirement tomorrow. If they knew they could make $1 billion on racism, they would hire ISIS as their if they knew killing Christians would pay the bills, they would hire ISIS as agents. And don't you forget it, Ricky Grievous already said it when he called out the pedos in Hollywood. And you know that shit. They don't give a fuck about you. They will squeeze you out until all the white people have no money. They will squeeze you out until the gay people have no money. They will squeeze you out for every fucking dime and leave you thrown away, and then they'll turn on you. Because they want more. They want your lives. They want your money. They want your obedience. They don't want you to buy from a company because you chose it. They want you to buy from a company because it's a necessity in your life. If you don't have it, you'll go suck dick for it. That's what they want. Oh my God, I can't get that motherfucking cookie I need. I'll suck some dick for a cookie. Holy shit, it's like a crack rock. That's what they want from you. That's what they want from you. And they want every aspect of your life to be like that. Your car, your family. If my wife doesn't have the brand new car, she'll divorce me. Oh my God, my whole worth is shit I can buy to fuck her. Holy shit. My entire life is what I drive and what I work and what my clothes are. Not me. I'm a worthless, grabastic fucking loser. But this gives me intrinsic value. This gives me intrinsic value. This that I put in my body gives me intrinsic value. It better be one hell of a cookie. I can buy my wife a place to stay that's nice. She won't divorce me. Oh, she met another guy. He had more money. I guess I had it coming. You know, the phone's in our hands, exactly. And it's like, that life sucks. That life sucks. Nobody gives a fuck. No, and nobody's loyal. Everybody will cheat on each other for another set of titties or another fucking bag. And everybody wants to pretend all this shit's normal. It's not. Mm-hmm. It depends. Honey, would you divorce me for money?
No.
So, private jet, hot dude. Private jet, movie star, 12 inches in a fucking... and
No.
Could hook up with you on a plane from 6 feet away. Because the dick's so long.
Oh, no.
Okay. Well, either way, it's so fucked up, and this is why men aren't dating. And then there's so many women out there. My boyfriend would love you. There's so many women out there, and I've been, like I said, I was on TikTok before they banned me at 330,000. I'll be back eventually. But so many women chose the bear. And so many men quit dating that now women are making videos. I can't find a man. Where's the man? And the men are beating each other up. They're playing games. They're still there. But men don't fight for women anymore. They don't care. And the reason is because that's the equalization factor. You can't even find a man to pay for a meal. I wouldn't go out on a date. I'm married and I won't go out. I'll pay for the meal when I'm married. We have a joint bank account. Somehow I'll still pull out the card unless we have the kids and we're going out and eating fucking Mexican food. But if we go to fucking, what's it called? Melting pot one day, you'll put the card in there and then I'll hand it to the waitress like I'm doing something, even though we're the fucking same bank account. But you can't get a man to pay. Or man, well, now, you know, you have this thing. Well, now, should I pay half if it's a bad date? No, you should eat it and call the bitch a whore and throw her like it used to be. We don't get along, fuck this bitch. You're a fucking dickhead. Okay, you still paid for the meal. You just talk shit. You know what I'm saying? You just talk shit. That's all it is. But there's this notion now, like everything's a financial transaction. Everything's a financial transaction, and not just dating. Everything. Oh, well, if I'm going to push your car, how much am I going to? It reminds me of like the bad roads in Africa, where a car will get stuck in a rut by an African village, and they help push it out, but they want a fee. Not for any just helping somebody, just fuck you. Our lives are so bad that we have to cough it up because we have no humanity. Is that what we're getting at here? Or Woods, I don't do damn right. I don't blame you, Woodman. Peters will fight for your honor. And it's like, it's not even about the women. Like, I would fight for my woman. I would fight if somebody tried to like kidnap you. But if some dude came trying to talk you up and you're like, oh, he's dreamy, I'd be like, well, you clearly don't want me.
I wouldn't do that.
So I'll go find another life, I guess. That's what Johnny Depp said. If you're with somebody and she cheats on you or whatever, let her, say fuck you, basically, because you were never in love with that person. Like the person was never in love with you, ever. Right? Isn't that what it is? You can't be in love with somebody, then suck a dick. And then be like, oh, it's okay. A couple little shots in the mouth there, but I love you. And it's like, no. You can have a semblance of it, but I think it's fucked up. Anyway, that's what that is. So, Kristi Noem might be taken out of office. Immigration officers are unloading on her. They're saying now that the battle against, or the battle for getting rid of illegal aliens is now lost. And this is what I was talking about right now. And TikTok users are now saying they can't upload anti-ICE videos. Meta is blocking links to lists of ICE agents. God damn. Wow, look at that free speech. It's a privilege. It's not a right, fuckers. Man attacks Ilhan Omar. We talked about that. Donald Trump in retreat saying they want to de-escalate. EU and India clinch a major financial and trade deal. And America's top trading partners are now focusing on China. And Keir Starmer, the British Prime Minister and local fuckbag that I hate with a passion, Keir Starmer, you suck dick, is heading to Beijing in order to get new, I guess, financial buoyancy. By the way, there's a retail apocalypse. Don't know if anybody notices it. Can you tell that America's retracting a lot? Can you tell that the stores and the restaurants and all that, the restaurants are nearly empty except for the regular fast food fuck bags? But most of the sit-down restaurants are nearly empty in almost every capacity. The ones you do go to, the prices are very high, nearly double from just 2 or 3 years ago, if not double. The retail stores, I have not seen this many storefronts empty since COVID, and it's the year 2026. People are complaining, I hear it every day, of not being able to get jobs. It's people waiting 3, 6, 9 months for any type of employment whatsoever. I don't really know how to... Hell yeah! Fuck, I just stopped saying that. Who doesn't love saying fuck bag? You damn right, Nana. I just want to know, because I've given my government position hundreds of times. And you know I want to get rid of the Federal Reserve. Gold is $5,100 an ounce. So what are you going to do to fix this? Because I've said my piece 1,000 times. And everybody just yells at me until I turned on the content filter yesterday. Found out that most of the people are bots. That's fantastic. Well, about a third of them. But what would you do to fix this system? You have $1.4 trillion of interest payments to the Federal Reserve. You have a 3% embedded inflation. You have a value of $1 that's dropped 10% in the last year. The value of the dollar is down 99.7% since 1913. So, what did she say?
She's never saying fuck bag all week, and I said, well, at least he can't play Ping Pony Club on YouTube.
That's true. I can't. That's true. I can't pay. Yep. So it's like I want to hear from a liberal, particularly, because I've said my financial piece for a while. You know my belief. I believe that we should. I believe that we should get the Federal Reserve gone, take the depression, and usher in 5 to 7% deflation over the next 5 to 8 years. And increase the value of the dollar by a forced market crash. Yes, people will lose a lot of home value. I don't care. The value of the dollar will soar. You'll be getting rid of Federal Reserve notes for gold, or not even gold-backed, commodity-backed currency. I really think that's the only way. And write off the federal debt. Yes, your credit rating will drop to a C. You have $39 trillion of credit. You must declare bankruptcy. It's not a depression. It's a long-term deflation. So obviously, if you get rid of the Federal Reserve, you're going to crash the financial market. There's nothing you can do about that. you're either living in a state of fiat currency that gets less and less valuable every year, year over year, or you live in a market that's backed on something. It's either backed by fiat currency or it's backed on something. Those are your two choices when it comes to any financial anything. It's either a portion of a value or it's a portion of a made-up value. So we're living with fiat, with the Federal Reserve. So that's a portion of a made-up value that gets less and less valuable every year because you pay 3% interest to the Federal Reserve and you are paying $1.2 to $1.4 trillion in interest payments. That's not sustainable. Eventually you quit paying it and it goes into the federal debt, and then that ends up devaluing your currency anyway. But if you get rid of the Federal Reserve altogether, the entire financial market starts from zero. And so you have to literally remove all the Federal Reserve notes, all the money, every dollar says Federal Reserve note. Those all have to be gone, and they have to be replaced with just dollars, treasury notes. So the dollar would be the same, and it would, instead of saying Federal Reserve note, it would say treasury note. That's all the difference it would be. Maybe you'd have a chance to get some new picture and artwork on it. You have two ways of doing this. You can either say, fuck your chicken strips, Federal Reserve notes are worthless. So effectively, for a very short period of time, you have no functioning currency until a new treasury mints the currency. And then that starts to flow out. That'll take 6 months to even get that out to people. And so you're going to be living in like a fucking, barter town for a while, right? Your other method is to, and the more obviously more intelligent method, is to phase out the Federal Reserve note while the Treasury notes overtake that. Now, the Federal Reserve will go bankrupt because they will want their payments. You'll have to tell them to fuck themselves and also wipe the debt out. Gold and silver are not enough to make up the amount of money that we need. We have, a $4.6 trillion GDP? Is that what we're dealing with here? $5 trillion GDP, give or take. And a quarter of it's spent in interest payments. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. And so you're basically going to have to say, look, we're going to have to do what Russia and China, the BRICS are doing, we have to do ourselves. And if we have to bring in other governments, then we have to. But we have to have a commodities-based currency system. So gold, silver, platinum, rare earth metals, tungstens, uraniums, lithiums, right? Cryptocurrency, but that's also bordering on another fiat currency. That's what I worry about cryptocurrency, because that's another esoteric financial system. And then, of course, once you use like steel, aluminum, pig iron, oil, all this, and you can make up the value, copper, of your currency that's backed, then your market declares the value of the currency, not the propping up through debt back and forth. The problem with that is if your country is doing very well with a market, you will make a lot of money for your people. But if your market does very poorly, or if, say, you have the highest steel reserves and they discover an ore resource in Cameroon that makes people not go to you, your value of your dollar will fall on the market, how well it does. So, like, our stock market here has always gone up, or off and on, basically. What's up, Dirk? If your stock market, like, you wouldn't be reliant on the stock market. The stock market would not be an indicator of value anymore, which it is. The indicator of value would be how well you produce. Now, stocks on the, we're talking getting rid of the Federal Reserve and what that would do. So initially you have to look at, okay, we want to get rid of the Federal Reserve because they're a pile of shit. Okay. But what is the reason for it? Why are you looking to get rid of the Federal Reserve? The reason you're looking to get rid of it is because your currency is worthless, right? Your currency is worthless and the value of everything is skyrocketing. We're basically on the verge of a Venezuela financial where it just inflation spins out of control. You can only either raise or lower interest rates so high, and it doesn't. The debt is too much. We have the issue is we have too much debt. All right, there's too much debt, and there's no way to fix it. And there's hundreds of different reasons: overvaluation of money, devaluation of money, reliance on the stock market, inflation, interest payments, debt to gain ratio, fucking COVID, which a little bit. You could put fraud in some cases, but that's a very small percentage of it. We're talking numbers of $5-10 trillion here. And that's the thing. We owe trade deficits. So like we owe China like what is it, $500 billion for some fucked up reason. We have all this money, yet we have trade deficits. It doesn't make any sense what the fuck we did here. It was like a bunch of, it's like people that were suffering from a gas leak were running the country. Like, oh yeah, well, you'll just buy our debt and we'll buy your products and give you debt. Then we'll wash the debt. It was like money laundering with debt. It's like, what the fuck is this dumbass shit? What are we doing here? We're laundering debt to give it to people to pay an interest on the debt that was ours, that was sold to another, that we're buying back. Who the fuck, how, are we retarded or something? And the answer is yes. Because as long as the fiat currency keeps flowing to the top 1,000 people, then the country continues. No matter how many millions of people this hurts. Right? So if 330 million people are suffering, and they are, damn the torpedoes, because 1,000 people are really living it up. And our government says, well, those 1,000 people have a great deal of money, so that being the case, we're successful. And the other countries look at us like that's not a measure of success. You having $40 trillion of debt and owing the entire world while your money is worthless, you are dead man walking, bro. You are dead man walking. You are Venezuela on a large scale and your population has not realized it yet. You are Zimbabwe and your people have just not felt the effects yet because you keep manipulating your currency. Talk about China manipulating our currency. What do you think we do? I mean, we're right up there, but we're not manipulating it in a good way. We're not manipulating. They told me I was banned for integrity and authenticity. And I'll tell you how this happens is because what TikTok does is there'll be 60 bot accounts that are impersonation accounts. And then what the impersonation accounts do is they all mass report. At the same time, they get you banned, and then the other people that used to be your followers follow the impersonation account, and then the impersonation account scams for a couple $1,000s. So you might have, you see, Dirk, yeah, and it's just a long enough timeline. And so, like, I've had people reach out to me. They're like, "Oh, I gave you $100." I'm like, "No, you didn't. You didn't give not a penny. You gave my scam account $100." Did you give it to him on Telegram or WhatsApp? Yeah, I don't have a Telegram or a WhatsApp. So that's what happens. So what they'll do is they'll say, oh, this guy got banned. 25,000 people are looking for him. They'll see an account that's promoted like with 11,000 followers, right? And then these people all follow him. They ask for money, and then you give them the money. And then the people say, well, I gave you $100. You didn't give me anything because I was banned. You gave my scam account that was impersonating me through Telegram or WhatsApp, whatever, Like, I don't have Telegram, I don't have WhatsApp, I don't have Facebook or Instagram at all. I have Sup America on TikTok that I just do archaeology on. I have this, and I have Hello America Sup on X. That's it. That's all I have. And eventually it'll all be probably Sup America once I get my ass behind it, right, honey? So the bottom line is that that's, and TikTok knows that they do that. And they don't get rid of the scam accounts on purpose because they know if they remove you, they don't have to pay you $5,000 to $10,000 a month. The scam accounts will rob your followers for $2,000. They'll get rid of you, so they'll owe you $7,000 or $8,000. They'll get rid of you, don't have to pay you, right? And then they don't have to have you. And even on TikTok Shop, you say, well, they don't ban those people. They do. They ban the real people. There's a lot of AI TikTok Shop creators. So this is what they do is they'll make an AI of some hottie, and they'll fake promote it or however they do it through scam bot accounts or whatever till they'll get like 17,000 followers, right? So yeah, there's AI. Yeah, I'm done too, Dirk. There's AI TikTok live streamers right now. Go on X and look up AI TikTok live stream. So like you'll see people out there bass fishing, right? It's AI. And it's an AI watching the AI. That gets engagement. You get a bunch of followers. They get monetized. And then they have AI sell products on TikTok Shop from a company that just goes to a bank account in Vietnam. Or in my case, Pakistan and India. And the scam accounts stopped doing this, but you used to be able to see where they were from. Is you would go on a scam account and they would have their reposts available. You click on the reposts and it'll show that all of it's in Arabic. And it comes from, and you can tell the region that it comes from because TikTok initially geolocates you to give you an FYP. And so all the reposts, because they're bot reposts, because that shows engagement. So the bot reposts are all like Pakistani or West Indian, shit like that. And so it's all a bunch of these Arabic fucks that are sitting there scamming the fuck out of people. Then one of my favorite ones is the join a network scam that they have. So this came from a dude I knew, and he told me to follow Mama Turtle, who was a what do they call it? A network person. And so what the networks will do is they'll be like, oh, and they did this to me. No, this is on TikTok. So the TikTok networks will false report you to where you're almost banned. And then they'll tell you, we can protect you. You join their network. Then they'll talk to TikTok and get the shit removed. And then they'll take 20% of your income. I know a guy doing that scam right now that's still on TikTok. God only knows how many people they fucked over. Right? Because as soon as that fucking network came out of the woodwork, oh, just contact her. She'll help you. And the whole time it was them falsely reporting shit so that I would join their network. And I told them, I don't join networks. Fuck you. I'm me. I don't join networks. I don't need your help. All right. I had 330,000 followers there. I've got another account on YouTube with 258,000 followers. Right. Yes, it's losing followers because I haven't uploaded really anything in 3 months until 3 days ago. Right? I don't need your fucking network. I don't need your help. I'm a self-made man. When I do this, I don't need anybody's help. All I need is to talk and people follow me. It's organic. I don't need a promoter or a fucking helper or Mama Turtle to fucking fix it, which is just scamming people and falsely reporting till they join your network so you can rob them. I mean, it's the game called Final Fantasy 3, which is 6 somehow, there was a town of criminals called Zozo, where you would go there and randomly you would be accosted. It's a scam town. And so you would be doing shit in the game and you would get scammed and shit like that. And you're like, what the fuck? They would rob you. That's what it was. It was robbery. And these people, they would have 20 people on their networks and they would just scam them. They would get a percentage of it, cash out, and then fade away and go away. Puff. Right? It's like a rug pull for 10,000 people. And TikTok knows about it and lets them get away with it. And they're like, are you fucking kidding me? It's like, in the amount of time you were scamming people, you could have made an account with 1 million followers and been, in the amount of time that they scam people, because scamming is their skill. They don't have the skill to talk, the gift of gab, the ability to make a video. They're too timid to get behind a camera because they're a fucking vagina. I can't be on film. I'm a bitch. So what do? You're going to scam 8,000 people. So you're telling me you're too much of a fucking retard to get behind the camera and just talk and pretend these people don't exist, but you're not too much of a retard to spend all your days and nights scamming people through some weird esoteric third-party narrative. How fucked are you? Well, it's Pakistan and India. Oh, I see, of course. Land of call scams. I mean, there's literally people on YouTube that make their living here. They make their living here on YouTube pretending to be an old lady and scamming the call scammers. I mean, you know that? What are you two talking about?
He was wanting no strikes on TikTok go away.
Oh, no.
Supposed to.
Oh, yeah. Dirk, okay, so check.
You've never made
Yeah.
it
Yeah. Oh, no. They've gone away. The live stream ones have. But then I was told that they never really go away. They just go away from me seeing them. So if you have like 3 video strikes and then one falls off, it's not like YouTube where it actually falls off. No, it still stays there and you're still penalized for it. It just falls off from you seeing it. It's like there's video content out there now where it's off of FYP and they just don't tell you now. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? Because TikTok sucks. And part of their thing on TikTok is removing people for, how do I put this? This is one thing social media refuses to say. And I just wish they would say it, but they're all fucking liars. And I'm going to help all these social media companies out. TikTok, YouTube, whatever. Learn this phrase. We don't have the server space for everyone. That's all you have to say, bitch. Server space costs money. Lots of money. You remember back in the day, the difference between 250 gigabytes and a terabyte? You remember how much that cost? 250 gigabytes was $100. A terabyte was $1,000. Okay, you're getting a terabyte a second, or 100,000 terabytes a second. Google has so much usage, they had to have a barge of servers built. Sitting off of San Francisco Bay right now. We're close to where that is. A barge. They're building another one. There's a server field out in Texas or Oklahoma. What is it? It's just storage. It's just cooling storage. That's all it is. Coolers that store. So then you have AI training farms. So what it is so anytime anybody, TikTok, YouTube, whatever it is, when you make content of any kind, it doesn't just stay in your phone and show up. You upload it to their servers. You have each system that they create has a finite amount of space in it. So let's say I have a terabyte on my computer, which is 1,000 gigabytes. I can only put so many games on my computer before my computer tells me I don't have any more space. You can't do anything. You can run it, but you can't even download a picture. And you're like, okay, so how much? I need another terabyte. Well, you can't put one in this computer. It's too small. Okay, you're going to have an external one. Well, back in the day, that was $1,000. You're like, Jesus Christ. So then that fills up. I play Fortnite a lot or whatever. Oh, well, now you need another one. So when you're working with YouTube, TikTok, Meta, whatever it is, you need warehouses full of servers, billions and trillions of terabytes. And every fucking day when somebody goes on and uploads a short and farts on the camera, that's a piece of information that goes into this server. And so the companies don't want to tell you, look, bro, we have to get rid of information. It costs too much. We're going to, the entire state of Kansas will be a server. So all of West Kansas will eventually be a server at this rate. So we have to, in order to prevent that from happening, or burying, having, somehow where seawater cools them and it's endless fields because our technology's not up to par yet, we got to lose some of your shitty content. All right? And we chose shit we don't want because fuck you. That's it. Well, what do you want? We don't want low quality shit. We don't want politics. We want certain politics if it's our narrative, but like the right wing and conservative shit, kind of fuck you. We don't want you here. We don't want nudity, child shit. We don't want porn on here. We don't want stupid bullshit. We want stuff that'll be worthy of the cost of the server. And you say, well, I want to just put up whatever I want. My content's quality. But they won't tell you that. Oh, and then AI, that's another thing, which is the double entendre with this, is the fact that they don't want your shitty content on their servers, but they want it stuffed with AI. Why would they want this? So this is the bigger question. Why would social media companies want your content gone, and why would they want AI content? So have any of you ever filmed content on YouTube? Long form content. So when you film approximately 15 to 20 minutes of content, it'll be about 2 gigabytes, maybe as high as 4 or 5. I love you. When you make the same amount with AI, it's approximately 10%. So 20 minutes of AI footage will be 150 megabytes, right? Whereas you talking on a camera is 1.5 to 4 gigabytes. So the AI content, regardless of how pretty and dolled up or whatever it is looks, lowers the amount. It's almost like compressed data, right? And then you'll hear people on YouTube that say that, well, I uploaded a video and then I noticed that it looks like my face is a fucking oil painting. Some content creators on YouTube have said that. And the AI is physically changing it for you. And you're like, well, I don't want that shit. What the fuck? Why, like this line I have, and it would be gone, right? It'd look nice and smooth. Well, if you upload it on Instagram or whatever, it doesn't look that way. You upload it on YouTube, on some channels, it does. Well, why is that? Well, it's smoothing it out, and it's changing your content. So it's basically like anything that's AI is like a data compressed version of a real thing. So if I make 10 seconds of a car video, it will be 1/10 the data of me taking a video of a car. So it's not just not wanting to pay people. That's a very low-end explanation. It's the fact that we can store 10 times as amount with AI shit, AI slop, AI jizz, right? But people, they say, well, people are eating up AI content. They're watching it. They're actually not. Bots are watching AI content. So you see, do you understand what I'm saying? So like the biggest bane of TikTok's existence was what's called the bot, right? So a bot farm it's a box you can buy that look, a tower computer. Back in the day, they were like fucking 3 feet tall. So it's something that looks like a tower for a computer, and you have 50 or 100 phones in it, and they all connect to 2 or 3 PCs, and those bring up hundreds of fake accounts. And those fake accounts are what are called bot farms. And those bot farms watch your content that's AI shit. So what it'll do is a bot farm will make AI content. So they have people they have computers attached to 300 YouTube accounts or 300 TikTok accounts. It's like a crypto farm, exactly. Only it's content farming. So the same way crypto farmers work, it's the same with content creation. So you'll have a guy that's at a PC with a keyboard linked into 50 phones that each have 30 accounts. So 1,500 accounts. And he'll be on an AI typing in, make this, enter, make this, enter, make this, enter. And it will make different AI fucking garbage for 30 accounts times 50. And it will upload it with a description, a title, tags, and then they'll have bot farms that plug into those same systems that immediately watch the content. So 2 men can create 5,000 videos an hour, and it'll be watched at 100% watch time with 100% click-through rate with thumbs ups and comments, and there's nothing you can do about it. It doesn't matter what content you produce. You will never beat that. 100% watch time with 100% engagement, with 100% subscriber rate, with 100% shares, there's no way to beat it. Then why is Mr. Beast still up there? Because Mr. Beast is curated, as is all the other garbage, the music, and it's not curated like you think. It's algorithmically curated, meaning the paid on promotion gets curated. So when a company like Disney pays $500,000, it gets curated to a top search. If you promote a video, it will be seen. You just don't have the money they have. So Disney will put $10 million into it. That's why Disney live streams. Go ahead, look up Disney Live right now. Always running right up top. There's other people out there live streaming Disney shit right now that you'll never see them. These people paid to be up there. It started with Susan Wojcicki's pay for play. And TikTok does the same thing. But TikTok allows you to organically grow. But they allow you to be destroyed because of the bot farms. Here on YouTube, it's the same on TikTok in some capacity, of where it's AI producing content watched by AI. And then the people that make the shit on these bot farms reap the financial rewards. Well, they're being monetized. Yes, they are. And they're getting in one day, sometimes in an hour, they're getting the necessity to be monetized. And they'll have 50 of these accounts on one AdSense account. So you'll have an AdSense account, and they'll have multiple 50, 20, 10 accounts all linked to a same AdSense account, paying somebody in Vietnam to sit at a computer and churn out AI slop 8 hours a day. 8 hours a day. Churning out just nothing. They don't even watch what they're making, bro. They don't even watch what they do not even watch what they're making. So they'll type in a cloud turning into cows playing in a field. Hit enter, and then they just move on to another thing. They don't even know what's produced. You smoke another joint, baby?
Yeah, Trey just wants to do that.
That's why it's called slop. That's why you see a guy with 7 fingers, because they don't even give a fuck. Yeah, definitely China. They don't give a fuck what it is. It could be me farting on a snare drum. As long as it gets fake engagement. They say, well, wait, YouTube is actively looking because they can't get rid of it. Because the second they get rid of it, another one shows up. Getting rid of it is also automated. Once these bot farms are banned, The same systems create new email addresses from new IP addresses through different methods of changing your IP address, going through automated bot VPNs. Oh, you didn't know that existed? Auto bot VPNs? Yeah. So YouTube and TikTok can't find it because it's a goddamn different IP address every time. So they'll ban somebody. Well, you're IP banned. Yeah, they're not going to come back because they're going to use an auto VPN. And these are automated. These systems are programmed by these people to do this. So it's a program. It's in it's a motherboard that says when it's banned to make a new one through an auto IP. That's the purpose of what they made. The piece they made is to auto create new accounts through auto VPNs. Then there's another one that makes fake comments. Then there's another one that fucking shares. There's another one that likes. There's another one that watches. Some of them work together in tandem. That's why you'll have some AI garbage that you keep seeing over and over. Well, I keep flipping off. 1 second in, I don't want to watch it, but it keeps showing up. Why? Because it's got billions of % of watch time. That's why your algorithm on YouTube doesn't change. That's why you look up shit and the right side is always the same shit. Well, I look up different content every day. So why is the suggested the same? Because nothing can compete with the bot farm and that's why these metrics are stupid. Watch time and click-through rate is an antiquated retard fest. Because an AI can fake watch it and an AI can fake click it. Yeah, and it's insane. So, you don't want that kind of content to rise. You want to be verified authentically with a badge saying, I'm a guy, not a bot farm. But that doesn't pay the bills because advertisers pay money for engagement. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care. Every creator is just a tool for their profit. They don't care. Mr. Beast dies tomorrow. The next day, another one comes up. You're worthless, expendable. You're only there because of their good graces and curation. Otherwise, you cannot compete with AI. And once the first quantum computing chip comes into play that you can buy, it is over. One system will automate all of this. One system will automate all of it, everything. You will just go into you'll be able to go into an AI system and say, create a bot farm that makes me $1 million on YouTube. Get me verified and also get me monetized. Enter, and a week later, you're getting a check starting. And you're not gonna do anything. You're going to type in the scam you want, and you're gonna receive a series of money. Every month you're just gonna get fucking AdSense money. Every month you're just gonna get fucking TikTok money. It's all a scam. You just typed in a sentence and now you're a millionaire. You won't even have to create it. Your computer you can buy on Amazon. Once you get the quantum chip in it, eventually you'll do it all. You'll run robots off of it. You'll own nothing and like it. You won't have to work. Yeah, because there's no point in working. It's all a scam. Damn right. That's right, Steph. And so you say to yourself, well, what if I don't like AI? For instance, what if I don't care if they take my jobs, but what if I don't want AI content creators? Maybe I think that's stupid. It doesn't matter what you want. It doesn't matter what you want. They've chosen. What did Neil Mohan say? They're going to double down on AI. What did TikTok say? AI moderation is the wave of the future. They don't even want to hire people. They want to fire their employees. Train the system, then you're fired. And then the AI will do it. You'll have a CEO, a CFO, operations, trust and safety, and then everything else is automated. And if you have a problem, you'll have an AI that'll be looking into, you'll be able to appeal with AI, and AI will appeal in AI. That's what's happening right now. Hell, at TikTok, they're saying if we ban you now, you can't appeal. The AI is just the decision. We're just going to have 10 of us raking in $70 billion while AI jerks the world off. And we'll just automate it. And here's the kicker. AI is not smart enough to do this yet, but they're going through with it. So this is the problem, is AI is not good enough yet. When will it get good enough? Not in the near future. It will make tons of mistakes. It will get people arrested and killed. And nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares yet. And so to highlight that point, with the flock cameras that are the license plate readers, there was a woman that was on her way home from a grocery store. And the cops came to her house and arrested her. And then, of course, they released her later because the AI system, the AI read her license plate, and the AI said that she was in the similar area where a crime occurred. She was the only vehicle that crossed that path, so had to be her. So the AI sent out a warrant for her arrest. The AI made the decision to initiate a warrant. The police came and arrested her, then found out, oh, whoops, we saw the track using AI also, by the way. She couldn't have done the crime. They later arrested a guy who was on foot, obviously. So simply because the person was in the same area, it read the license plate, had to be her, must have been a criminal. Mother of 4 coming home with a load of groceries. Yeah, you were robbing somebody at gunpoint. Well, I don't own a gun. Well, it looks like the AI didn't know that. We better have AI know everything about you then, so it doesn't make mistakes. Not have any brains. Let's just know it, because TikTok's now, they know your race, your gender, where you live, if you're gay or not. Do you own a gun? It knows all that. Are you a drug addict? How old are you? So it can tell them, oh, it's this, that, or the other. So now we can just automate police away. All of it, eventually. Everything will be gone. It'll be AI, and you'll be living in a world. You'll be living in a world where everything is fearful. Everything is fearful. Facebook, they're all going to do it. All of them. And so, like, when you say, when you're on social media, you know that, like, some of you have been on live TikTok before. And some of you basically police your own speech at this point because you're fearful of being attacked because you said something offensive. You said it, the AI didn't like it, or whoever didn't. So you watch your words. You watch your words, right? Anybody that's trying, yeah. And so you say, well, I don't want to watch your words. Well, you're going to start getting in trouble for that in public. So you'll be out in public, you'll say the N-word. Well, you'll get arrested. They already are doing it right now. You say a racial slur, you go to jail. Well, wait a minute. I'm allowed to say a racial slur. This is America. Well, no. Saying a racial slur is it's been everything from hate speech to obstruction of justice. Both. Yeah. And it's like, well, wait a minute. I just don't like. Well, if you don't want to go to jail, then you better watch what you say. If you don't want to get kicked off of social media, you better watch what you say. Even though there's no point basically of even doing it because it's just bots watching everything. So what's the point of life then? This is not hitting. Okay. So if you can't work because AI took your jobs, and you can't go on social media because it's just AI watching it, and you can't make any content because it's all AI anyway, and you can't drive down the road because an AI is listening, and you don't want to say anything offensive, and you don't want to spend too much. The AI is watching AI is watching. You don't want to buy something bad for the environment. AI is watching. Why do you want this? Yeah, oh yeah, I've heard this is definitely dead internet. This is dead internet, like last year it started. this is fucking over with. And so, I don't know. And our federal government goes for a shutdown. I'm going to tell you right now, the last good thing I heard about Trump was he was going to say that he was going to stop companies from buying homes, a shitload of them, and that he was going to cap credit cards at 10%. Other than that, I have not heard anything about Donald Trump at all. Like, there's been no movement on Trump. I usually, now I go live here every day. I used to go on TikTok every day, but those people over there are fucking assholes. Well, not just TikTok assholes, but the people there are fucking weird, man. And I'm not just saying trolls. Like, trolls are one thing, but like, these are people that believe they're like changing the dynamics of America by having people banned. I think it starts at the 20. I think it started yesterday. Yeah, dude, you're not missing anything, Steph. Trust me. I'm on my business account. Oh, what's up, Lauren? Yeah, I am not. Like, my count with 330,000 got banned. It was either because of bot farms or it was because of the networks that one person that I'm pretty sure I know who is involved in the scam. Fucking piece of shit. Either way, there's no point in being on TikTok. There's no point on it anymore. So TikTok, like, even after the America change, I was on my other account on TikTok, Sup America. And yeah, they banned me 9 times, which is why everybody, go back, dude. Well, I'm like, I know you'll follow. I'm not going back. Because in 7 months of doing that, fighting with TikTok and all the drama bullshit, I could spend the same amount of time here and at least try to develop this. Whether it wins or not is, like I said, I told you about the AI. It's nearly impossible, but it's better than whatever the fuck TikTok's doing. TikTok is fucked. Like, there's a lot of people I like there. There's a lot of people I like at TikTok. But there is not a lot of good over there. And frankly speaking, the conservatives are fighting with you want to know what I like? The conservatives are fighting with each other on TikTok like retards, and the liberals are fucked up and brain dead. Like, the liberals have something wrong with them on TikTok, and the conservatives just fight with each other. I don't know what happened to liberals. You're not liberal. You're fucking deranged. Like, this isn't liberal. This is like, you just hate the government. Thank you, Meg. And that's fine. I just admit it. Quit being stupid. And conservatives just fight. Oh, you don't want to take food stamps from homeless people? You're a piece of shit. And I'm like, no, you're a piece. Like, I got into a war with conservatives for saying they shouldn't take food stamps away from American citizens. Like, take it away from illegals, I don't care. I said, don't take food stamps from American citizens. And I got well, you're a fucking communist. I'm like, no, older people need food stamps, you pile of shit. Well, Jesus tells you to work hard. It's like, when you have cancer and you're 70, no, then you deserve to die. I'm like, yeah, Millie's a piece of shit, man. That's just one of them. And the last I looked, which was about 3 weeks ago, she hadn't grown at all and doesn't even do shit. So I'm like, so what was your war with me?
Last I looked for it, it's private.
It's private now? Yeah, so like, what was your beef with me? Like, you fucking came on there, spouted your shit as a rising star, and then what? Fled? What, they banned? Well, I mean, what? Of course, what did you expect? It's like, well, I'm going to attack him. He's a conservative. It's like, what did you expect? You didn't think they were going to, like, it's TikTok, bro. You don't think they're going to come for you? The fuck's wrong with you? Are you kidding me? This is not what it is. This is not, like, it used to be talent rose and that's all. You don't understand what you're dealing with here. These are forces of communism, socialism. This is AI. You don't stand a chance. Only if you are paid by Midas Touch or Israel or a couple other sources do you get to remain. So like Harry Sisson, Dean, not even Parker, he's fallen off. Older millennial, there's money coming in with that. But they won't let you because you have to have a go-ahead from someone. Somebody has to say, these people are allowed to exist, or these people get banned. You're either banned from ban evasion, or someone told them to get rid of you or promote you. Your cream rises to the point where they make the decision. Not the other way around like back in the day, where Jacksepticeye gets 20 million followers and now he can command an army against something. No. No, it is this person will pay and they will play. And because of that, I will let them rise. I have chosen them. TikTok, YouTube, whatever. It just so happens that I got to 330,000 followers. TikTok said, we do not choose you to go forward. Banned. Same with Conservative Ant. That's why he's got 1.5 million followers on Instagram, but he can't be seen practically on TikTok because TikTok chose him to be suppressed or banned. They said he's a gay man leading conservatives. We don't like that. We think it's an attack on the LGBT. Canceled. Done. That's it. That's as far as it goes. You're curated. You're chosen. So Millie wasn't chosen. That's another thing. I'll be back again. I'll make another TikTok. So if they think they're out of the woods by getting rid of me, no, that's not the case. Eventually I'll do it again and I'll block all the stupid fucking idiots that I blocked beforehand, and I'll go through it and talk my shit, and idiots always come out and weed themselves out because I'll purposely say a bunch of very offensive things. Well, I tried to get you banned. Oh, there's another one. And I'll just go through and remove each bit by bit by bit and do it again. Because you're not going to fuck with me. You're not going to silence me. And I know you're never going to choose me. Thank you, Dan. And I know TikTok will never allow me to grow because I'm not paid by Midas Touch, or I'm not paid by Israel, or I'm not an arm of whatever government. Because make no mistake, TikTok is not loyal. TikTok was doing Biden's work, banning all those people. Trump comes in. They're still low-key doing it, but they have to tolerate Trump. Once Trump is gone, it's over. There is no First Amendment. That's conservative Ant. He's got dark hair. He's got a beard too. Anyway, well, I'm telling you, I have had death threats from 50-year-old men. I've had death threat. I had a 24-year-old girl with 30,000 followers who her husband is a stolen valor that she just lies about come after me. She was a conservative. I'm a conservative, but I wasn't as conservative. So I'm like, you people are all retarded. Yeah, they all are retarded. They need to be killed. Because they don't know. Like, these are great. And it's all because of money. It's all because of money. That's it. Oh, I've had death threats for, what did I have death threats for? I had death threats for,
I had that one guy come on your live. Remember when you were like, come on, liberals, come and debate me? And
yeah. Yeah, I told some liberal to debate me, and he was like, I'll fucking kill you! He was like screaming. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because I don't believe 100%. And I had conservatives come after me because I said not to get rid of food stamps. I got death threats for that. I got death threats for saying we shouldn't, what was it? People 16 to 24 should have a chance to be a citizen. I got death threats for that. I got death threats every day on TikTok. I said that Trump shouldn't go after the student loans. You're a deadbeat. You need to die. You need to die. I'm like, really? I need to die because I think it shouldn't be as expensive. Yeah, you're a piece of shit. And I'm like, wow, you have some fucking... This is why I hate people. This is why I can't stand people. Because I get death threats, or I was getting death threats nearly every day, simply because I was either for Trump or against Trump. I was getting death threats from both sides. So if I went against Trump, I was being threatened to, I'm going to find you, boy. I'm gonna kick your shit out of you. And then if I said, well, maybe we should get rid of illegal aliens. You're a Nazi, and Nazis need death. I'm like, you're all fucking pieces of shit. I want you all to have a civil war, so you're all going to kill each other. I can't wait. That's why I've been saying it. And I've said it for the last week here on YouTube. And I'm going to say it again. For all of you that are deranged politically, start your civil war. I want you to kill each other. I want you all to die. It's I'm a broken person because the TikTok thing is too fucked up. You're too deranged. I want you to go. Do it. Do it. Do the civil war. Do it. Kill each other. Please. Please, I'm begging. I'm praying. I'm begging for you to start a civil war so all the dumbest fucks will all be dead. So we'll kill all the fucking most retarded politically that went out there to get in battle. You're all dead. Ha! Fuck yourselves, idiots. Now we can make a real government that works. Because as long as you people are willing to die for some dumbass esoteric shit, you all deserve it. All of you. Whether you're conservative or liberal, have at it. Go kill each other. You deserve it. Absolutely. I'm going to sit here and smoke my fucking joint and weed. Got kicked off for nothing. They're just banning everybody. It's a ban factory. And so the liberals are going to get together, Antifa, and the conservatives are going to get it, and they're going to go to war, and they'll say, he can join, and I'll be like, fuck you. Well, I know you thought wrong, but I know you thought against it. Problem. You fucked with me too much. You fucked with me too much. You banned me too many times. You came after me too many times. You said, well, we need your voice. You don't. You don't need me, and I don't want to be your voice. I don't want to be your voice. I don't want any part of it. And I never will again. That is the problem. Well, you got to fight. I fought hard enough. Any other person would do the same I'm doing. 9 times being banned, I fought hard enough. Fuck you. Right? I don't want my speech now. I don't want you to have my speech. I don't want to talk with you about politics on TikTok. I don't want to lead you. I don't want to make a political party for you. Not until all you, the most retarded of the politics, are dead. So the quicker we can speed up this civil war, the better, because time's a-wasting and I got shit to do. So can you please all kill each other in your stupid civil war so I can create my political party and get back and be off of this? I mean, because we know we're headed that way. So just come on, lock and load. Let's go. Come on, let's do it. And I can fuck off for 4 years. And then when you're all done, I'll climb out of the rubble and be like, hey, remember me? Hey, the ones that are dead, you deserve it. And we're going to do a political party and nobody's stupid. Because I think it'll take killing to get it to stop. I don't think people are smart enough at this point to not kill each other. I think they believe that they have actual power with their mouth. So like you get out in front of ICE and you're stepping in the front of the car, like your body is made of titanium. You're going to get killed. What's wrong with you? Or the people that are like, oh, well, I'm going to change Trump's mind. You're not. Or I'm going to run, Trump will listen to me. He won't. It's all delusion. Thank you, Albino. Alabama, sorry. And it's like, it's all a delusion. It's all just a delusion. It's a delusion of power. If I use my voice, because it started with the protests after George Floyd. Speaking truth to power. Speaking truth to power. Okay, so let me ask you this. If you're speaking truth to power, why does the president and your entire government wait on the results of the Supreme Court? Let's look at all that power you have. Even your elected officials wait for the decision of the court. Fuck yourself. You don't have any power. You have the power. Thank you, April. You only have the power that the Supreme Court allows you. Your president is a figurehead practically. Thank you, April. All of it's bullshit. And if it's not, why is he pulling ICE out of Minneapolis? Thank you, April. Well, before I go, because I'm leaving here in 5 minutes, I'm 43 years old. I am an anthropologist, or I have a degree in anthropology. Minor in religion. I went to grad school for nonprofit management. Went to an archaeological field school. Lived in Australia twice. Took my hot wife to Rome once when we had money. Worked as a security guard for a while. I've worked at restaurants. I've worked at an airline. Worked at an airport. I sell I don't sell. What do they call it? I'm high right now. I'm sorry. The thing where you go out and inspect the shit. What do they call it? Adjusting. Thank you. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm too high for this. I basically investigate, or I look over properties that have been fucked with. Like, so if something burns down or breaks in a fucking fire or something. Jesus Christ, I need to quit smoking it. Oh, an insurance attorney. Oh, you're fun. That's fun. So I'm the guy that sends you all the information as to what happened. You're the guy that reads it and figures out if it's a crime, suable, or a check's written. So you're my other end. Very nice. What's up, America? Oh, my God. Yeah, I have to prove all your bullshit. Oh, my God. Awful lot of fires from heat lamps in the winter, aren't there? Yeah, a lot of people down on their luck, huh? Tell you what, it happens more in the major cities. You cannot imagine the goddamn just outright like hood at... I work for the insurance companies though. That's all right. So like you'll see a lot of properties in the downtown, like the kind of ghetto cities, and they're in disrepair. They've got homeless people living. And my God, if a fire just doesn't happen all the time, every fucking time, and it's never provable how it happened. It's always an accident. It's almost like that wiring just is left on. Shocking, I know, isn't it? That's what they said too. It's like a big 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom house built in the 20s. All of a sudden, it just goes up like a cinder. And you go out there and the fire department finds no trace of any fucking nefarious shit. And of course, I can't find any trace of it because everything's charred to a cinder. It's not even, there's no bodies. And if there are, the cops took it away. So no evidence, no real way of looking at it. You can't prove anything. And of course, everything in America is what you can prove. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. I can know it's a scam all day. I can know this landlord has burned 3 other properties probably in the last 8 years. But it's what you can prove. Hire Nefco. Jesus Christ. But then you got some places where like the city, like I'm in Indianapolis. Sometimes the city just doesn't care. Especially if it's an abandoned property or if it's ran by the city. They just don't care. They don't give a fuck. It's through a company. Yeah. I don't want to say the name here. I've got haters, but it's through a company. It's got me doing regional driving. I'll tell you that. So it's one. What happened to the pen? Oh, you should light that up. Well, I tell everybody it's a phone. I'm waiting on to light that up to leave. No. Where's the pen at?
I don't know.
Oh, it's the. I was like, what the fuck? Cost of defense. So what I do is they'll tell me basically, hey, there's this person up in Michigan whose barn burned down. And so you got to drive up there or wherever it is they tell me, close in a region. And basically, most of the cases, it's investigating charred remains of property.
I think this looks like bodies.
Yeah, not bodies. Those will have been removed if there is anybody. And so most of the time lately, it's been pretty much in the middle of nowhere. A couple of places have had some good recreational stores, not going to lie. And a lot of it is it'll just go to an estate after the fact. So it's like a major, so it'll be like a barn on like 70, 80, 100 acres. So it's not enough, what's up, Grim, to be what I would consider fraud. It's a total loss, exactly. And so about 90% of the time. Now, cities, like it's a weird, like it depends on where you're at. If you're in like rural areas or cities that are in rural areas, there's a higher bar for arson. So they, frankly speaking, they investigate arson better in rural communities than they do in cities. And the larger the city, the less they seem to give a fuck. Like just straight up, like the more dangerous or the larger a city, like Cleveland doesn't give a fuck what happens, apparently. Neither does Indianapolis, and neither, or in many cases, you'll have just a straight arson case. I mean, there's no way it's not. And you're like, this is a little fucked up here. And they're like, yep. You're like, I'm pretty sure this house was burned down. Yeah, well, you know, fire chief says it wasn't. And I'm like, there's like, you know, like a plasma kind of substance around the electrical sockets. Well, yeah, that could have been anything. And I'm like, okay. All right, bro. All right. Well, we're taking that. I get a paycheck, so thanks. Whatever. And I know what it is. You don't have the resources. You don't want to expend it, so you don't investigate it. I get it. Always a spot. Yeah, it's always an electrical fire, too. Every time. Must have been the worst electricians I've ever seen in my life. Nobody was a master electrician in the Navy, were they? Anyway, so that's what that is. Goddamn. But it's not fun. I would rather do social media. But one of the problems with social media, if you can't tell, is it's not a very stable job. So if I was to go on TikTok and be like, what's up, Stephanie? Thank you for being here. If I was to go on TikTok and be like, I'm going to make that my full-time job, obviously I'm going to be hurting at some point because that's not going to last. I've never had an account last more than, what, a year? Mm-hmm. I've never had an account ever last more than a year, ever.
No, this last one might have been a little over a year. But
it is the most miserable job. I smoke a lot of pot, a lot of weed. And most of it's because you don't care anymore. When you're doing insurance, like, how do I put this? I can't imagine selling it. It's bad enough doing this. I can't imagine selling it. I think I'd fucking shoot myself if I sold insurance. Like, I can't think of any way out of that. Would be like I would rather be a realtor than right now than do that. I think I would rather be a guy that mops the floor at a peep show jizz movie theater than fucking do that. Anything legal is just, everyone does, even the judges. That's another thing. Like, I would never want to be a magistrate. Like, no. I'm not a big fan of the legal field whatsoever in any. My wife's got a degree in criminal justice. Those papers wrote themselves, didn't they? Oh my God, that is funny shit. Anyway, so no, it is not. No, weed is highly illegal here. I would rather be a mechanic, you see? And they always told you, be a lawyer or a doctor. And I'm like, fuck yourself. Are you kidding me? The one lawyer I knew that was the son of the woman I worked with was an alcoholic, and his wife was leaving him, and they had a lot of money because he was an attorney. And it's like, how's your day? You sit there pouring the liquor like this. Like, it's like, dude, I don't want to be a partner. Responsibility can shove it up your ass. Fuck all that. 250K in debt. As I'm 170 in debt right now. And I don't even give a fuck. I have totally given up. I checked out. I don't even know who I could even pay right now. That's how far gone I am. I gave up on it. I'm just like, Bill, I'm like, after COVID, it has been nothing but just the financial world here in America can be best described as whatever that is in letters. Yeah, my grandmother's 96. She owns the home. She put in a will when she dies that they're splitting the house between 3 kids. How fucking terrible of a decision is that? Splitting a house. Obviously, 3 kids will have money to not buy a home. Obviously. Because houses cost an average of 500 grand nationwide. So what we're going to do here is after something happens, a house worth $312,000 will be split amongst 3 people. After fees, everybody will get what? 70? That, with the credit scores of, I think all of them.
And your mom will be without a place to live.
And my mom will be without a place to live. And the other 2, that's not enough. Because what are you going to do? One, my uncle is 64 or whatever. What, are they going to give him a 30-year loan? What?
Your mom's 60.
My mom's 64. Yeah, nobody will give a 30-year fucking mortgage to that. That is rent money, and that will burn up in a matter of 5 years maximum. And that's if you hide it in a fucking lockbox with a fucking get the code wrong and a gun goes off. Now, they could all buy it out from each other, but spoiler alert, none of them have a pot to piss in. My mother's on disability. My uncle has a back so fuck. He takes care of 2 people. He is getting kicked out of his home now that the person that he lived on died. So he's living on good graces. And my aunt, even though my grandmother hasn't been told because she's 96, has stage 3 kidney failure. So she's spending the remaining amount before dialysis kicks in on traveling the world because she knows there's no point in buying anything because death comes a-knocking. So that being the case, it is what I consider I'm the last potential. Or my cousin Luke, because my other cousin Caitlin has she married in and a daughter, and she has terminal cancer. Now, they just got back from New York trying to secure her $30,000 a month is what the bill will be. So they told her $30,000 a month in treatment or you fought a good fight. Meaning you're 13, time to die. Because maybe she's 15. Time to die. And you say, well, I don't have $30,000 a month. Well, we'll make you comfortable. We've done all we can. That is, we're letting you die because we don't have the money. You can't cough up the money, so you get to die. So we're at the end of my family. We're at the end of our rope here. I've got 2 girls. My cousin had a girl, right? My other cousin in Michigan has a girl. My cousin on my dad's side, one died of an epileptic seizure. The other may be gay. I'm not sure. Hopefully he squeezes out a boy. Don't know. So I have a bunch of girls. Family name will be dead, which it deserves. And the only side that we have possible is, believe it or not, I have cousins that are from Australia. They have family. One is a Scientologist. And the other is normal. I think they have boys. If that's the case, my genetic trait will move on. However, this is where it is. It is in financial end. I know why I was on social media. I can work all day. That doesn't mean I'm going to own a house. I tried to go on social media to dry hump financial gain so that I could have a house to give my daughters when I die. Because I know I'll never have a home. My objective was to try to make it so that I could purchase a home that I could bequeath to them. I got to say the word. After my demise. And I know that now, because social media is dog shit, that there's no way I can do that.
You know, you were getting up in 5
I
minutes,
know.
20 minutes ago.
I feel like I'm on a timer. But the bottom line is
You have been on for 3 hours.
I know. The bottom line is because costs are too much. It's not even that I didn't try. My wife made good money. She's okay now. I've made good money before. We both made enough that we should have been able to afford a home. Every year we made more money, the cost became more. And it was we were never able to save up money ever, because every year, we can finally invest. Nope. Cost went up. We can finally save up. Nope, cars broke. No, we can finally save up. Oh, the house. It was always some retarded bullshit every time. 15 years straight. Never had a good financial year, no matter what. I prayed. Getting to this house, I prayed for 10 years to get out of that house to this one. Never had good finances. No matter how much I saved, it didn't matter. It was just an uphill battle my entire life, because I'm a millennial. So I was never going to succeed. 360K, 785 square feet. I'll tell you what, man, that actually it depends on where it was. If that was in Miami, that is a killer investment. If that was in Ocala, I'm sorry. That shit better been beachfront, because that's California prices. My wife, your aunt, lives in San Diego. How much did she spend on the house?
I think she said it was like $70,000.
It was 75K back in like 1980. Oh, in the 70s? And it's 800,000 now. So she lives in San Diego, works for was it the Padres?
Just part-time.
Just part-time now? Yeah, she works for a baseball team. South Florida. My uncle's friend down there, Bud Meyer, he was a Marine. He's dead now. He had some property outside of Fort Myers. He would go down there and he would basically ranch it, if you want to call it that, and clear it and stuff, and buy whores. And that's what he did. He spent money on prostitutes. Well, I don't know what to tell you. That's what I remember him as. The cheap guy that wouldn't throw anything away and bought prostitutes. So he would not throw away a glove that had diarrhea from a dog on it, but he'd spend $1,000 on a whore. So, wow. 89K in 2008. See, like, I'm in Indiana, so like prices were like 130 for a house here. I could even do 200K, but like, this is Indiana. This is not something special. 400 grand for a house is ridiculous. Like, even $1 million in California, that's average price. That's ridiculous. I would say California, 500K. Indiana, 120. Chicago, 350. New York, 475. You know what I'm saying? And like Boston, about the same price. DC, a little bit less. The South, you're practically giving them away. They're like, well, all the BlackRock and all these other companies bought a shitload of homes. Well, that doesn't belie the fact that you basically just took the demand and made it illegal aliens. That fucking sucks dick. What are we doing here? Anyway, America's fucked. We're cooked. Enjoy your Civil War. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok, Sup America. Just look up Sup America. It's at the American Unity Party, but I've given up on Unity. Sup America, it's my archaeology page. I'm not talking politics on TikTok because the people there are too brain damaged. I don't know what the fuck to say. People on TikTok have something wrong with them. There is a lot of dumbass fuck faces there. What's up, Luca? I'm about to leave here though, Luca. So catch me tomorrow. So follow me here. Don't forget to subscribe. Oh, follow me on X. Hello America Sup over there. I don't post much. I know I need to do it. After TikTok banned me, I just kind of backed off for a while. Haven't done a lot of news, haven't done a lot of content. Don't really care either. We silenced his voice. I know, and I don't want to come back. And if 100,000 people are upset about it, frankly speaking, I'm sorry, but I don't care. 300,000, I don't care. And the reason is I don't care. It's not that I don't like the people. I love the people. It's that there's no getting through for any. I have to choose a side. And I'm not going to choose a side because I hate you all. And not you people, your politics. I cannot choose a side. Not because I don't know what I'm talking about, because I know choosing a side makes me retarded. Put me on the show. No shit, man, definitely. I know if I choose a side, I would be becoming retarded. So if I say, yeah, I'm choosing Democrats, I've lost like 30 IQ points. And I said, well, Republicans, then I'm a disingenuous retard. So I don't want it. I don't want to. That's plain old selfish. Fuck you, suck my cock. I don't want to. I don't want to choose a side. I want to sit here and get high and laugh at you all kill yourselves. And, well, I don't hate people. I just hate politics now. You know what I'm saying? And I did it for 3 years. I did it a lot longer before that. And I've never seen it so broken. And I know there's no fixing politics at all. I'm only 43. Don't give me that shit. My dick still works, bro. What I want is I wanted unity between Democrats and Republicans. That was the whole name that I did this. And everybody was so hostile and violent, and it made me hate people, frankly speaking. Before I did all this, I still had some belief that there might be some. TikTok shop works great. I thought before I came into politics, there might be some hope. And now I know that there's not. I know there's not. And so I don't even want to pretend anymore. And most of my videos on TikTok, if you remember back in the day, were a mixed bag of conservative and liberal. And both sides, like I said, gave me death threats. So I don't want to do it anymore. And I know I'm shooting myself in the foot. It's going to be less money. And I don't care. It gets to the point where I hate it so much that I would rather shovel cow shit, do actual physical labor, because I know I would be more healthy. I would rather shovel cow shit than talk politics on TikTok. I would rather work in a fart factory. I would rather fucking work, making diarrhea milkshakes. I don't know. Anything besides that. I love you. It's so simple, but it works. Anyway, so yeah, go check out my archaeology page on TikTok, Sup America. You won't find maybe on the old videos 2 years ago you will. You're going to find just archaeology and space news. Because that's all I'm giving everybody. I don't care. I'm still on Cameo. Hire me if you want to hear Sup America. I might go back to TikTok and talk politics if something pisses me off enough. Right now, nothing is. And I know I probably should be pissed off. I should really be pissed off, but I don't want. I'm done. I'm done with being pissed off all the time. I've got a hernia from being pissed off. I screamed and coughed into a hernia, okay? So enjoy your civil war. I'll see you tomorrow. If the war starts, have fun killing each other. And I will just bless all you motherfuckers. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, share, like, hit the notification button. You don't like me, block me, and go fuck yourself. See you tomorrow. Definitely subscribe.